giving 100%. Yeah, I just don't think you got what it takes, bro.
See, making music ain't for everybody.
Stop trying to do everything, because then you're gonna get stuff that ends up sounding like this.
This is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah. If you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah. If you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah. If you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah. If you ain't know, you already know what time it never is. Let go. I'm serving scriptures to the bodies that be lost in the street. Man, I ain't letting go of nothing, this the gospel to me. I'm never quitting, man, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I'm focused on my mission like I'm Moses walking straight through the sea. I got a pocket full of pennies cause my soul changed. Even that my Lord's never joined the dope game. Now I'm getting real comfy, let the coat hang. You know I'm in the building, man, I'm about to blow like propane. If all this rap is an issue, then you could grab a tissue. I'm saving lives with these verses, man, I won't even diss you. You got some hate on your spirit, man, it don't even fit you. You better step out my presence or else my God will fix you. Just know I'm living in purpose to every single daughter. I ain't gonna wait till you give it, man, I'ma take my flowers. Don't need no trophies or glory because he gave me power. I'll just keep repping the kingdom until the final hour. Purpose. Yeah. If you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah. If you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah. If you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah. If you ain't know, never let go.
My purpose, man, it's locked down. Can't take it from me, no, not now. Ain't no way I'ma walk out. I'm fighting on for my God's crown. Got a problem with it, that's on you. Get behind me, Satan, watch God do everything that he said he would, and that's all faith, yeah, understood. Yeah, got a calling, we're showing up. Evil spirit need to step down, otherwise I'll be pulling up. Aftermath, y'all see the blood dripping down, got no love for the enemy. Holy, you better be telling my old self that he's dead of me. See these orders coming in, telling me to go spread the message. You can't tie me down, check it, we moving to the objective. With anointed sound, getting prophetic, y'all can't reject it. But with God, we make a move strictly because he said it. Woo. Ignore all the people that don't want to see you do it for the kingdom. Glory be given to God, we don't deserve it. When the yank comes, he's putting his heel right on the back of the neck, killing the serpent. The battle is already won, so
this is what it means to live in purpose. Yeah. If you ain't know, and all it ever took me was some focus. Yeah. If you ain't know, he told me spit the word without a pulpit. Yeah. If you ain't know, so I ain't letting go of my anointment. Yeah. If you ain't know, never let go. See, we only living in the purpose that God put us in, you feel me? Never let go. So never mind who you thought we were. Never let go. I know you feel like you the gatekeeper and everything. Never let go. But it ain't up to you. Yeah. You already know what time it is. Yeah. 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 I'm feeling like David. Yeah. Feeling like David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. You can't slay me. I feel like Moses. Yeah. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Can't nobody. Yeah. I feel like Dale. Yeah. And what I'm daddy, yeah. Can't nobody face me, yeah. You can't face me. I'm feeling like Joseph, yeah. Big Joseph, yeah. Can't nobody break me, yeah. Can't nobody break me. Listen, why these haters tweaking? Acting like I don't need it. All of my pockets bleeding. All of my sneakers speaking. Never had a pot to piss in. Made a lot of dumb decisions. All of my sins forgiven. Now I got ammunition. No competition. This is the product of staying resilient. I'm gonna make it, don't need an opinion. Ain't gonna fumble, I'm here on a mission. I'm already winning. This is the vision. Feeling like Jesus in front of the millions. Making my mark with some bread and some fishes. Can't take the heat to get out of the kitchen. I'm feeling like David. Feeling like David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. You can't slay me. I feel like Moses. Yeah. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Can't nobody. Yeah. I'm feeling like Dale. Yeah. Big Daddy. Yeah. Can't nobody face me. Yeah. I'm feeling like Joseph. Yeah. Big Joseph. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Listen. Stacking the green, I stay in the lab. Heat up the curry, I'm making a splash. Brother, he made me with clay in his hand. Shooting my shot like I'm Kevin Durant. From London to France, I cannot wait till I see all the beautiful cities and land. That is the plan, so I'm gonna need all my checks in advance. Do what I can, even without the best microphone. I'm finna make me a jam. Thanking my God for the things that I have. Turning my water to wine in the flash. Living in fear is a thing of the past. Ignoring the hate that I hear on the gram. You think you the goat, but you really a lamb. Here with my Bible, you know who I am. I'm feeling like David. King David. Yeah. Can't nobody slay me. Yeah. I feel like Moses. Big Moses. Yeah. Can't nobody hold me. Yeah. Yeah. I'm feeling like Dale. Big Daddy. Yeah. Can't nobody face me. Yeah. I feel like Joseph. Big Joseph. Yeah. Can't nobody break me. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Yeah. God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man. I'm on a roll, man. Yeah. Why these haters and demons be doing the most, man? Yeah. Kind of a buster, man. I ain't afraid of no ghosts, man. Who want the smoke, man? God is the GOAT, you already know. How many blessings you think that my God gonna bring in a row? Follow the code, I don't be cheating this game, man. I play on a whole other mode. All of my bros, yeah, we be reading the Bible together. We taking some notes, defeating the foes. Yeah, we got God on our side, he the GOAT. A to the O, Alpha Omega. Man, I ain't never been afraid of no danger. Devil coming at me, but I got the right savior. I'm about to put him down like Obi did Vader. Got a lightsaber, who wanna go? Gassing me up while he sits on the throne. Standing my grind, man, I'm never alone. Yeah, I'm only a vessel, I'm here for the show. Gotta stay woke, yeah. Living a life full of sin, man, I thought I was broke, yeah. Nah, little did I know that he made me one of the chosen. Yeah, now all I do is deliver the message of hope. Give me some more, wherever you take me, man, I'm finna go. God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man, I'm on a roll, man. Yeah, why these haters and demons be doing the most, man? Yeah, kind of a buster, man, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, man. Who want the smoke, man? God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man, I'm on a roll, man. Yeah, why these haters and demons be doing the most, man? Yeah, kind of a buster, man, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, man. Who want the smoke? God is the GOAT.
I know a lot of people, they done lost in this game. I know God got me, he done left them boy running in place. The label drive me, they say I will never be famous. I know God got me, we out here flipping them tables. Breaking them windows, kicking them doors down. One of that Range Rover, one of that tour now. The manager lying to me, they selling me dreams. But now I be riding for them, I'm part of the team. Got all my royalties back, I'm gone. Now I can come back with rap songs. I'm back on the map, yeah, I'm back strong, yeah. The book on the dash is my backbone. Fighting these demons like Capcom. Yeah, I'ma win, yeah, I'm that strong.
God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man, I'm on a roll, man.
I'm on the road.
Yeah, why these haters and demons be doing the most, man? Yeah, kind of a buster, man, I ain't afraid of no ghosts, man. Who want the smoke, man? God is the GOAT, man. He took me from nothing to something, man, I'm on a roll, man. Yeah, why these haters and demons be doing the
Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for joining in on my Tuesday Q&As. Please let me know who's here, who's joined in. All right, let me know where you guys are watching from. Let me know what's going on. As you guys know, my name is WesTheTech, WesTheTech, also known as Connect. All right, I'm actually a hip hop artist, a Christian hip hop artist, but I also love to do music industry tips for anyone looking for any music industry tips to help them with their music career. So you guys probably know about my channel when it comes to my Tech Tip Thursdays. Most of you who found out about my channel through there. All right, but I also do these live Tuesday Q&As to help you guys out as well, so that I can get your questions answered right away. Right, so I want you guys to let me know when you joined in. Let me start filling the chat room with any music industry tip questions that you guys may have, because again, you guys got me for a full hour here. I'm here to help you all out here. I'm gonna give it a little time here to make sure everybody joins in, get everybody in on this live here, because I want to make sure that I get every question that's asked answered in time. All right, what's going on, underground talent? Thank you for joining in. I think you're new here. I don't think I've seen that profile before, so definitely welcome. All right, let me know where you're hailing from. If you have any music links that you want to share, underground, go ahead and share those as well. And of course, fill the chat room with any music industry tip questions that you may have, because again, I'm here to answer them all. I'm just gonna give it a little time here as everybody joins in. All right, and we're gonna get started real soon here. I got some great questions that I stocked up in this week to go over as well, you know, especially from the comment sections of my videos. So we're gonna go over a lot of those as well. And yeah, we're just gonna knock out as much as we can in this amount of time. All right, if we get through all of them, we get through them, but if we don't, then we don't. All right. But yeah, make sure you guys are joining in. Thank you all for joining in. Of course, let me get through all the particulars as people are joining in. All right. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I do music industry tips to help you guys out as well. I'm here every live on Tuesdays, every Tuesday. Thursdays, I release a tech tip video every Thursday. So get familiar with my channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel so you can get up to date, or be up to date with all the music industry tips associated with the music industry at this time. Freddie Lenz, what's going on? Thank you for joining in, brother. Y'all go check out my dog Freddie Lenz. He's a dope artist as well. We actually have a couple of songs together, really dope. Y'all go check him out as well. Dope artist. Freddie with 2 D's, Lenz with a Z instead of a S, Lenz. Y'all make sure y'all go check them out. Freddie, I'm on YouTube answering music industry tip questions. So if you want to join in, brother, I'll be welcome to have you, brother. You know, so we could join in and just talk with everybody else, the community. Link is in the bio. Head over to the YouTube. But if you want to ask the music industry tip question right here on IG, I could do that as well. All right, but for a chance to actually win a free gift, you have to ask the question on YouTube. So make sure you guys are heading over to YouTube. Again, I'm only on IG for the purpose of directing traffic, really. All right. Last thing, of course, before we get started, guys, on YouTube is my membership club. If you want to participate in the membership club and get access to special perks like priority replies to comments, exclusive walkthrough videos and stuff like that, all you got to do is hit that little join button right there, and you'll have access to other dope features that you could get being part of the WesTheTech membership club. All right, guys, so definitely take a look at that after this video and see if any of that stuff interests you. What up, boss? What's going on, Freddie? Thank you for joining in. Again, head over to the YouTube so we could all just hang out on YouTube and chat it up and go over these things here. All right, so underground talent says, I'm from India, buddy. Yes, that's super dope. Super dope. Thank you for joining in all the way from India. You have officially made this live international. I love to see people all around the world joining into the live and being part of it. I know everybody's in different time zones and everything like that, but it's always refreshing to see that I'm helping somebody else that's literally all the way across the world. So thank you for making this live international. I'm always striving to do that. So, and I'm going to get to your question first. So, Freddie's question, or Underground Talent's question, is here. Want to ask you a few questions. All right, go ahead, ask away. Rapping Ray, thank you for joining in. Is this live? Yes, this is live. It says May 14th. Thank you for letting me know. I'll update that right now. But yes, this is actually live. This is live right now, obviously, because I'm talking to you. I'm actually going to change that. Thank you so much, Rapping Ray. Thank you for letting me know that. I must have forgot to change that. It is the 21st. And go ahead and ask your all of your music industry tips, questions, guys. Make sure that you're loading up this comment section and taking advantage of this full hour so I could get all of your questions answered. And I'm updating the date right now. Thank you again, Rapping Ray. I didn't even notice that I didn't update that. I must have forgot. But it should be updated now. So let me just double check. All right, it's updated now. I truly appreciate that, Rapping Ray. And again, let me know where you're watching from. Let me know. Share your links if you want to share them. All right, because again, I'm trying to build a community so that we're all here and we're all, growing together. Excuse me. So let's get to Underground Talent's question first here. So Underground Talent's question is as follows. Want to ask a few questions. Do you know about Indian hip hop? Have you ever listened? No, I actually have never listened to Indian hip hop. I do remember seeing a clip very recently of what seemed to be a Indian rap battle. I'm not sure if it was specifically in India, but with their complexion, they did look Indian. I'm not very much aware of it, but I do know certain things when it comes to, getting your royalties and things like that when it comes to India and stuff like that. But as far as the actual hip hop scene, no, I'm not very, very familiar with it in general. Unifit Sports is hailing from Pakistan. Thank you for joining in from Pakistan. That's dope. You have also made this live international, so that I appreciate you for joining in. Thank you for the love and the hearts. I appreciate that so much, for real. Rapping Ray, again, if you have any questions, definitely go ahead and ask them. Freddie, I see you joining in here. Thank you for dropping your questions as well. All right, make sure you guys are sharing your links. Again, make sure you guys are sharing your links, not just for the people who are watching live, but for the people who are going to rewatch this in the future. All right, so that they could show you some support, because I'm really trying to build a community that we all can just support each other. All right, and just help each other. Whether you want to share your Spotify link, whatever type of link you want to share, just go ahead and share that so we could grow together. All right, so yeah, that answers your questions right there, Underground Talent. All right, Freddie, I'm gonna answer your question, and then we're gonna get to the questions that I've been collecting throughout this week here. All right, so Freddie Lenz's question is, what's the best way for two artists to drop a single together, but one artist wants the video on one YouTube account? Oh, this is a great question by Freddie Lenz. A really great question. The brand, thank you for joining in on IG here. I'm just here to help you guys with music industry tip questions. Head over to my YouTube, ask your questions on my YouTube channel. You could ask it on IG here, but for a chance to win a free gift, head over to YouTube. Okay, so Freddie's question is in regards to a single by two people, but only one person wants the video to be on their YouTube channel. So when it comes to releasing the song, it depends on how you want to release the song, all right? So whether you want to release it as a feature or a collaboration, it varies, right? The difference between them is if you do a collaboration song with somebody, that song will actually appear as a release for both artists. That song will show up on the Spotify platform for both artists, right? Not too long ago, Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar did a song, right? It was a collaboration song, so the release actually happened on both of their profiles at the same exact time, and it showed up on all streaming platforms as a release for both. When you're doing a feature, it only shows up to the primary artist's account, and then as a feature, you will be able to see the feature and click on the name of the feature and take you to the artist. But for a collaboration, it is equally for both artists. So releasing the song in that way, that's how you make the difference. And obviously different music distribution companies have a different way of how you actually set that up, right? Now, when it comes to only one artist wants the video to be on their YouTube account, as long as the other artist is okay with that, then it is perfectly fine, right? Now, obviously when you upload the music video, right? You upload the music video on your YouTube account, you're going to get the copyright claim on that music video because YouTube hasn't identified that it is your song yet. So what you would actually have to do is go through this little process to remove the copyright claim. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to show you guys this video on my page, and I'm going to save this link or put this link in the chat here so you guys have it, because this is a very, very good video for you guys to save. This video right here, all right, how to remove copyright claims on your music video. All right, I'm sharing that here, so definitely check that link out if you want to know exactly how to remove the copyright claim. But again, Freddie, if the other artist is okay with it, then you'll be fully free to go ahead and put it on the primary YouTube channel. You just got to remember to get that copyright claim removed so that you could get all the royalties that's involved with that. Now, of course, the royalties will be shared with the other artists depending on how you broke down the splits and everything like that. But that's essentially, that shouldn't be an issue as long as the other artist is okay with it. Now, if the other artist isn't okay with it, then you would run into a problem, right? Then you would run into, because but again, it depends if it's a collaboration versus a feature. If it's a feature, they don't really have much say so in what you do with the song because it's primarily your song. But if it's a collaboration, you guys have equal shares. So it's like it's a partnership rather than you're just a special guest, right? When you see Bad Boys, that's a partnership. You know, Mike, Larry, and Marcus, right? It's a partnership. But Batman and Robin, that's not really a partnership. Batman is the primary, Robin is the featured or the special guest. You see the difference? So as long as it's a feature type collaboration, then you can do whatever you want with it as the primary artist. But if it's a official collaboration and it's both artists, you got to get that approval. Make sure you get that approval and make sure you get it in writing as well. Because if that artist decides to change their mind or whatever, you already have it in writing that they approved of it. But again, you only really want to do that when you're dealing with collaboration tracks, which we don't see a lot of anyway. But I just thought I would mention that, right? But great question, Freddie. All right. Thank you guys for joining in again on IG. Head over to YouTube to get your music industry tip questions answered. All right. Underground Talent, I see your questions here. Starman, what's going on? Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in again. Definitely a repeated guest, and it's dope seeing you again, guys. Share your links if you want, your music links, so we could subscribe and follow each other and things like that. All right. Before I get to your question, Underground Talent, I'm going to ask or answer one of the questions of the week that I ended up getting here. All right, and it's this question right here. I want to try to get through all of these today, as well as answer the questions that you guys are putting up here or dropping in the chat. All right, so this question was from Troy Quartz, and he actually asked the question on YouTube content ID versus YouTube monetization, that specific video. All right, so the question was, could you explain what's the point to keep your YouTube content ID stuff in royalty-free libraries? All right, so royalty-free libraries are libraries that you could actually put your music on and people are able to actually use your music, whether it's for, you know, TV shows, movies, whatever they want to use your music for, they could use it. Maybe they just want it as background music in their content or whatever the case may be. Now, the thing with royalty-free libraries is the key word free. They're royalty-free, meaning that whoever uses it doesn't have to pay anything for it. But as an artist, that's obviously not very healthy for us as an artist, because at the end of the day, we rely on royalties to keep our music career going. We need our royalties to keep our music career going. That is one of our sources of income, right? As an artist, there's so many different places that we get income from, but we need each one of those streams in order to really be successful as a recording artist, right? So I love using the word streams, and I always think of archipelago. So if you guys don't know what that is, that's like the at least I think that's the right term for it. Hold on, let me double check. Is archipelago? It's been a while since I've been to school, but yeah. So, or not an archipelago, or the top of a river. What do we call that? River, top, or river, the end of a river, river and into ocean. You know, when a river ends to ocean, like, and there's all those streams that connect to the big landmass of water. I forgot the name to that. All right, but forget, I'm not gonna remember it right now. But whatever that's called, that's kind of how you have to think of yourself when it comes to being a recording artist, right? A river is just one big stream of water, but for artists, that's not how it is for us. That's like a regular job, right? You do the job, you get paid, and you just have that one big stream. When it comes to artists, we don't have one big stream. We have a bunch of little streams, right? So notice with a river, when that river is about to hit a large body of water, it breaks into a bunch of little rivers, right? Up until it gets to that ocean, which is what I was trying to show you guys. You know, the Nile River breaks off into all of these different things before it dumps into the Mediterranean Sea, right? That part of the river is really what we are as artists, right? Because we get so many little streams of income, and they all come together to actually put us in a position to actually live off of it. So you can't just rely on royalties alone. You can't just rely on merchandise alone. You can't just rely on paid shows alone. You have to literally connect all of these different streams of income together to really be successful as an independent artist, right? So putting your stuff on royalty-free platforms isn't really healthy for you, because you're cutting out one of your streams of income right there. So going back to the question was YouTube Content ID. When it comes to putting your music on royalty-free libraries, I would never advise to put it on royalty-free libraries anyway. But if you do decide to do that, you cannot have your YouTube Content ID associated with it, because YouTube Content ID is what protects us as artists. It's what protects us from people actually using our music on YouTube. What YouTube Content ID actually does for us is, anytime somebody decides to use our music on YouTube, whether it's background music to one of their videos, or maybe they just, they're streaming, or they're gaming and they have our music in the background, whatever the case may be. Right now, I'm on live right now. My music is playing in the background. The YouTube Content ID is going to pick that up. Once the YouTube Content ID picks it up, it already issues out a copyright to it, meaning that whoever owns the rights to the song will get paid off of that video. Right? So if a content creator takes your song and plays your song in their video, you now get royalties from their video because they are using your song. That's what YouTube Content ID does for you. It protects you, and it makes sure that you get your royalties for anybody who decides to use your music on YouTube, right? When you put yourself on a royalty-free library, you cannot have your YouTube Content ID because it's royalty-free, meaning people could use it for anywhere, including YouTube. So it's a conflict. So you can't keep the YouTube Content ID, and a lot of times your music will be rejected from entering a royalty-free library because you already have your YouTube Content ID. So they don't really mix. So just make sure that you're separating them. Now, if you want to have your stuff on royalty-free library and you just want the exposure, that's cool. But at the end of the day, you always want to protect yourself, because that is a stream of income that you're going to need as an independent artist. Every penny counts when it comes to being an independent artist. All right. But great question by Troy Quartz here. Pretty Girl Progression, thank you for joining in. I appreciate that. Good looks, Freddie. Thank you for joining in when you did. All right, now I'm gonna go to Underground Talent. So he's Underground Talent says, bro, must check out Indian hip hop. It's bigger than you think. Check out Divine. He is the biggest Indian artist right now. I definitely will. I'll definitely check him out. Divine did many collaboration with international artists like Nas, Pusha T, Jadakiss, Wow, Russ, Hit Boy, and many others. I'm definitely gonna check them out. That's actually pretty dope, and that's quite a catalog of people that he's actually collaborated with. So that's super dope. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna definitely check it out. I love to look into artists from different countries as well. All right, I've never heard of Divine, but it's definitely worth looking at, especially with the people that he's actually collaborated with. So that's super dope. Again, guys, this is all for music industry tips here. Just fill the chat room here with any questions that you guys may have, and I'm here to answer them. Best music industry tip question will win a free gift today. All right, you'll get a free gift with the best question. So I'm gonna go to this next question here. All right, and it's a big one. So let's go over this together, guys. Let me make it a little bit bigger so everyone can see it. All right, so this question was asked on my video, how to sign up for Apple Music for artists. All right, so the question is from Nathan Evans, 3516. All right, and the question is, hey man, I'm a little late to this video. So I recently got DistroKid today and uploaded a few tracks, but it will take a few days for them to be published. Yes, it will. When they get published, will an Apple artist account be automatically made for me? I cannot find my name under the Find Artist tab, so I can only assume when they go live through DistroKid, I will be able to find my Apple artist account and log in. I already have an Apple ID and everything. Hopefully this makes sense, and thank you. So this is actually a great question, and I remember exactly why I decided to pick up this question and go over it with you guys. Is because most distribution companies, this is what they do. The moment that you upload your music and you release it, especially when it's your first release, you're not in the Spotify database yet, or the Apple Music database yet, or the Tidal database yet when it comes to you as an artist. So what'll happen is that these databases will literally, or DistroKid or whatever distributor that you use, they'll actually create an account for you, right? They'll create a default account for you automatically and release the song with that. Now, with it being automatically created for you, there are things that's going to be missing from it. All right. So to give you an example, let me pull up my Apple Music page, right, to show you guys. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Let me pull it up here, or let me try to pull it up. All right. So if I search myself up here, this page, right, connect. All right. Oh, okay, here, it's already up here. All right, so see, my page is already up here, right? This is my Apple Music artist page, right? They will create this for you, but there are going to be things that are missing from it. For example, this profile picture will not be here when they create it for you, right? Same thing for your Spotify. When you go to your Spotify Music, right, and you have your own profile on your page, you have your own profile, you have your picture, like see that picture right there? That's not going to show up. They're not going to automatically generate that for you. They're not going to automatically put, pictures like this. They're not going to automatically put your bio. They're literally just going to create the page and put the music on there. This will be some little default thing, and it'll be completely grayed out. All right. If there was an artist that I could think of that's like that, I would, you know what? I know someone who just released something too. It's Namaris. It's a good friend of mine, right? Boom, perfect, right? So this is a friend of mine who just released a song, right? This is the generated profile they generated for her. So as you can see, there's no picture. There's no picture like it was showing on mine. So all it's showing is the actual single. This is what was created by the music distribution company. They will do this on Spotify and all of those things. There's no artist page. There's no bio. There's none of that. In order to get all of that stuff, you would actually have to then claim that artist's account, right? So in the instance of this person here, they have DistroKid, right? So what they would have to do is they already have an Apple ID, so they would have to link their current Apple ID to their DistroKid and claim the actual account. All right. So I'm going to go to DistroKid here to really show you guys what I mean by this. And even if you don't have DistroKid, this is something that you could do with most distribution companies, right? All right. And if you see here under my DistroKid, I have special access. You see this right here? These right here is exactly what I mean. Spotify for artists, Apple Music for artists, Tidal for artists, YouTube official artist channel. These special access, you see, get verified, manage your profile, and learn more, learn about your listeners. These are the things that you're going to have to link. So if you had DistroKid right now, if you haven't gone through the process of linking these 4 things, you have to do that, and you have to do that as soon as possible, because they created the page for you, but you can't edit or manage it until you actually claim it. So you would have to click on Spotify for artists and claim your Spotify artist page, claim your Apple Music page, claim your Tidal page, right? Claim your YouTube official artist channel. All right. Now, if you have a music distribution company that doesn't give you access to this, then it's not a good music distribution company. A lot of music distribution companies out there don't give you access to all of these things, right? The big ones do, like like TuneCore does, United Masters does, CD Baby does, but a lot of those smaller ones like Root Node and Fresh Tunes and those really small music, they don't give you access to these things at all. They generate it for you and leave it at that, right? You want to make sure you align yourself with a music industry distribution company that will actually allow you to do this, because only through linking this with your distribution company will you actually have the capabilities of adding your own pictures, adding your own profiles, doing all of this stuff right here, adding your own cover art, all of that stuff, adding your bio, adding your artist links, all of this stuff that you see here. The only reason I was able to add all of that stuff in is because I already claimed my page, right? So definitely do that. Make sure you do that. All right. This video is actually the video on the step-by-step on how to do it with DistroKid. I have another video on how to do it, how to connect your Spotify with DistroKid. All right. Those are all on my channel. All right, so you could definitely search those if you have DistroKid. Symphonic does the same thing. You have to link them together and all of those different things. So just make sure you're doing that and you're just not letting your artist profile that they created sit there for you, because it's just not going to look good and not going to look professional until you actually access it yourself. Put your own profile picture. Like Spotify, they just put your single cover as your profile picture. You get what I'm saying? It just doesn't look professional. You want to have your own picture there. So make sure you guys do that there, all right? So now let me take a look and see what you guys are saying here. Our Starman has a question, so I'll go ahead and answer that question next. Have you tried out Mogul? It's a program for collecting data on royalties. No, but I will, and I've actually never heard of it, so I'm curious to see what that is. So I will actually take a moment to look it up, honestly. That's very interesting. So it's called Mogul. Well, I guess Mogul for artists, maybe, because there's a lot of different things that are. Mogul, track your sound recording and publishing all in one place. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. I've never heard of this, Starman, so this is actually a live reaction to this, right? Mogul is your personal royalty department. Understand your business across all rights types and earn more. Connect the platforms that generate and collect your royalties. Dope. Gain a total picture of your business across masters and publishing. Dope. Discover new ways to earn through and always an audit of your business. That's cool. What's this? Just how much money has been tracked. Okay, so they track with ASCAP, BMI, Sound Exchange, DistroKid, SoundCloud, SongTrust, Universal Music. Oh, okay, so this is good. This is good. If this does what I think it does, just based off of the logos that I'm looking at down here, Starman, this is something that I definitely want to look into. And this is something that I probably would want to do as well. Now, I don't know if there's a cost to this. Oh, there is a cost to it. Let me see. Okay, what's the cost? All right, so there's different plans here. All right. Okay, so the free one, nothing's ever free. So let me see. There's got to be something connected to it. Connect unlimited sources, up to three years, historical revenue tracking, basic revenue analytics, comprehensive catalog management. Okay. The $5 a month. All features are basic. Lifetime. Okay, what's the additional stuff? Advanced revenue. Download your earnings statement. Discover new revenue opportunities. Okay. So the free one doesn't look like, okay, what's this? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, this is how much you get in royalties a year. Okay. So based off of how much royalties you get a year, you can't even access the free one at a certain point, right? So it's only free up until you get 500. Yeah, once you hit 500 in royalties a year, you would actually have to pay for this, and you would have to pay $10 a month for this because you won't have access to the free. So it's only free for anyone who's making less than $500 in royalties a year. All right, I don't fall into that category. I make way more than $500 a year on my royalties. Praise God. All right, so I wouldn't actually be able to do the free option. I would have to do the pro plan, and the pro plan is $10. Now, this is dope considering, like I said, all the different platforms that they do connect with. But is it worth the $10 a month? That's debatable. For me personally, Starman, I just look up these revenues personally. Now, why it's good is because you could just go to one place to track your revenue, right? Instead of going to BMI or ASCAP, that's something that you have to do individually. Sound Exchange, you have to do it individually because they collect royalties separately. DistroKid or your other distribution companies, that's tracked separately. SoundCloud is tracked separately. SongTrust is separate, right? So all of these different places are the different royalties that you could collect. Now, if some of these names are new to you, then what I need you guys to do is actually watch this video right here on royalties, because this is a very, very important royalty or video for you guys to watch, is how to get all your music royalties, right? This is a very, very important video. I'm going to share this with you, right? Because if you are not connected to all of these different things, you will be missing out on royalties regularly, yearly, annually, monthly, daily, whatever you want to call it, right? You want to make sure that you sign up for everything that you need to sign up with in order to collect every royalty that is yours, right? This list right here shows pretty much all of them, right? It shows your performing rights organizations, which are these two, Sound Exchange, which is an absolute must, DistroKid, which is a music distribution company, but there's plenty others out there. SongTrust, which is an absolute must. So SongTrust, Sound Exchange, absolute must. Your PRO is absolute must. Again, I explained these in the video that I just shared the link to. And obviously your music distribution, you're going to collect that anyway. So those are all the different places that collect your royalties. Now, when they're collecting your royalties and they pay it out, they each pay it out differently, right? So SongTrust pays it out every 3 months. The PROs pay it out quarterly as well, right? Music distribution companies pay it out monthly, right? Or actually DistroKid and others pay it out daily now, right? So they have different ways that they pay it out, but the number is collected separately from all of them. What this company is offering, they're offering that they could actually track all of it in one place for you, right? Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to get paid from just this one place. Those separate things will still pay out the way that they pay out separately, and you will get different and separate statements from each one of them. But what Mogul will do for you is they will actually collect all the numbers for you just so you can get an overall picture of it. It is a great feature, and it's a great thing to do if you want just something easier to track everything. But I guess for the cost, I don't know if the cost justified the means, because as long as once you create an account for all of those things, you'll have access to all of them anyway, right? So I don't know how valuable this will be in the long run. And like I said, once you're making 500 and up a month, it's $10. And let me see. Oh, whoa, hold on. See, it goes to $20. It goes to $20 once you've made over 5,700. And actually, this number keeps escalating. So what's the highest? Okay, so it peaks at 75, and then once you start making 340, or hold on, once you start making 150K, you can't even do these two plans no more. You could, oh no, maybe you can. I don't know. No, I don't think you can. Yeah, see, they have their own different things. So is it worth it? I don't know. But it is really, really dope. It is really, really dope, Starman. Hey, you never know. I may do a video on that one to see if it's worth it or not. It's going to depend on the person. Obviously, if you're making that much money, through your music, maybe it is helpful to you, right? Because it's less work to track how much you're making. But if you don't mind going to all of these different sites and checking them regularly and understanding their schedule, it's really not that difficult. But it is a great feature. So thank you for letting me know about that. I'll definitely look into it a little bit more for sure. Now, going to Rappin' Ray here. He says, I know you make most of your own music, but what's your take on freelancers making music for you that they sampled from somewhere else that you are not aware of? Okay, I know you make most of your own music, but what's your take on freelancers making music for you that they sample from somewhere else that you are not aware of? See, that's a slippery slope. All right, that's a slippery slope. The reason I say that is because if you do not know where they're sampling it from, and you do not know the point of origin of what they're doing, then you are liable to get in trouble for that, right? When it comes to samples have to be cleared, right? If you don't clear those samples, you could get in trouble. There are some big time artists who have gotten in trouble before when it comes to even sampling just a little instrument, right? People have gotten in trouble for a huge lawsuit was filed against Jay-Z and Timberland for sampling a flute, Indian flute that an Indian band played. Shout out to Underground, that an Indian band played, and they sued them because they sampled something from them and they didn't get approval from them, and that Indian band easily won the lawsuit, right? Because if you don't get approval for it, you are liable to get in some big trouble. Now, obviously, when the freelancers is doing something for you, there's no contract that's put in place saying that they can or can't do this. They're freelancing for you. So I'm not really in the world of freelancing that stuff. Now, I do know artists do help write, right? I know, when it comes to rap, and notice your name as Rappin' Ray. When it comes to rap, a lot of people frowns on ghostwriters and things like that. But I'm telling you right now that 99%, I won't even say 99, I'll say probably like 98 to 95% of artists have ghostwriters. Right now, a ghostwriter, it's not a shame to have a ghostwriter. It's not like they're literally writing your lyrics for you, although there are ghostwriters that do that. Essentially, what a ghostwriter is somebody that's helping you write. Maybe you could write stuff, but you have trouble thinking of flows, right? A ghostwriter can help you figure out a good flow for it, right? It's still your lyrics, they just help you. Anybody who helps you in the writing process of your actual music is a writer. A ghostwriter is just somebody who's not getting paid up front. Their name isn't appearing on the track as a writer. They're getting paid under the table, so to speak, to help you write. That's what a ghostwriter is. But writers are helping all different types of artists, right? You can go to any artist right now and look up their album credits, and you're going to find a lot of writers on the album outside of the artist that you think is the only one who wrote it, right? These are what writers do. Ghostwriters are just, like I said, writers who are paid under the table. So it's okay doing that. Now, if they stole those lyrics from somewhere or something like that, then you're in a world of trouble. But ghostwriters is very different. I don't know if this is in terms of ghostwriting or anything like that. But yeah, I would be very careful with freelancing and anything like that, dealing with anybody when it comes to making music, because at the end of the day, you want to make sure you're protected. The last thing you want is to have a hit and get so much money out of it, and then somebody comes up and be like, hey, yeah, you stole this, here's a lawsuit, right? You don't want that to happen. And the worst part about that is most of the time that only happens after the song becomes a hit, right? They don't even care that you sampled their stuff before, but once they see that you're making a lot of money from it, then they feel like they're entitled to something, right? That's just how it goes. That's just how people are. Just make sure you're protected. But a good question. Definitely good question. Now, Starman say, yeah, I've been using it, and it policies up everything. Plus, they give advice on your catalog. That's dope. That's dope. Check it out based off of your catalog. When the free runs out, it's just $5 a month, but it showed me all the errors in my catalog. Errors, that's dope. I want to know what you mean by errors. Like, does it shows you what you forgot to like put in? Like as far as credits or whatever like that. I definitely would like for you to elaborate that on that, Starman, because that's interesting. That actually may be worth the price if it's showing you errors in your catalog and it's showing you things that you need to correct depending on what where your royalties are coming from. So if it does that for you as well, that's a good feature for sure. Then Rap and Ray say also, I was told you should just sample music and distribute it anyway. If an issue arises, they normally just ask you to cease and desist because it's hard to find who owns the actual rights to the song. That is absolutely incorrect. That is incorrect. All right, so cease and desist in some cases, yes, they'll send you a cease and desist, right? They'll send you a cease and desist letter, and which means that you need to stop it, and if you don't stop it, then they're going to issue a full-on lawsuit for you. Now, would you be willing to cease and desist if it's a hit record, right? If you're making money off of it and they send you a cease and desist and they say you can no longer make money off of this for the rest of your life and you need to take the music down and the music has to disappear, how many artists do you think will be willing to do that once they have already received some success for it? Not many. So you're going to be put in a position that you're going to have to, or you're going to try to fight the lawsuit anyway, right? But when it comes to sampling, every song can be tracked. Every song can be tracked, even from people from way back then. The tracking systems nowadays, when it comes to tracking samples and finding where songs are rooted from and things like that, even when we distort it and all of those things, are super, super advanced. We're in 2024. There are some capabilities these tracking systems have that's unbelievable. They will absolutely be able to find who originally made the song or who originally thought of this or that, right? Now, there are distribution companies like DistroKid that when you're actually uploading a song that has the sample, they will actually do the sample licensing for you. They can absolutely do that for you. And DistroKid is one of the only distribution companies that can do that. And it's not much to do that, but sampling, they will find it. I'll show you guys right now when it comes to DistroKid, right? When it comes to sampling. So when you're uploading a song, right? Upload video, I meant upload music. Hold on, go back. Upload music, right? When you're at upload music and you scroll down, there's going to be a part where it's going to ask you about sampling, right? Any featured artist or version of the song, songwriter, instrumental. Oh, I think I passed it. Hold on. Okay. I got to show you guys this because just so you guys get a song. Okay. So see, this is if it's a cover song, if another artist wrote the song, right? Look at what it says right here. This is very, very important, right? Cover song. So a cover song is a song that you perform and recorded yourself, but the music was written by someone else, right? For example, when a band plays Smooth Criminal, written by Michael Jackson, this is totally okay. DistroKid makes it easy and legal to sell cover songs. So you could actually release a cover song, but DistroKid has to get a license for you. They have to get a license for you, and they will be able to get the license for you at a cost. You do have to pay for it. But look what it says about sampling. Sampling is probably not okay. Sampling is when you use the actual record of another artist's performance. For example, if you use the 1971 recording of Led Zeppelin as your drum track, that's generally not allowed unless you have permission from the original artist. This is also, they actually talk about this in the terms and conditions as well as in the terms and conditions of the other distribution companies. If you go to their terms and conditions, if your song has sampling in it or you sample something in it, they have a right to remove that song at any time. At any time, and you cannot do anything about it. So if somebody feels like you sampled their song, they can literally just contact the music distribution company and just ask them to take it down, and they would have to take it down. They don't even have to tell you about it. They will literally just send you a notice in your email letting you know that this song was rejected or this song had to be taken down because of copyright infringement. Right? I've seen it happen both. I've seen it was rejected from even being released from the start, and I've also seen it being taken down after the release because somebody went ahead and issued that copyright. So sampling is not a good thing to do without the proper permission. Somebody will come find you, especially if you're making money off of it, right? If you want to take the chance, by all means, it's your song. You do what you want with it. But just know that that possibility is very real, and it happens all the time. All right. But yeah, that answers that right there. And Karen, thank you for joining in. I didn't even notice that you joined in here. I'll answer your question next. All right. And I see some more stuff here from you, Starman. I love this. I love everything you guys are doing. These are great conversations. These are great thought processes. So keep it up, guys. Anything that's on your mind, just throw it up on here. I love all of this, guys. This is great. All right. So Karen says, if you decide to get a producer to make beats for your song, how much should you pay the producer? Ooh. I am not at liberty to actually answer that. The reason I say that, Karen, is because it's up to the producer. A producer has a right to sell his song or his beat for whatever price he wants to sell it for. Now, it's up to you as far as if that beat is worth it or not to purchase. But as far as the actual cost of it, it is really up to you. Obviously, someone like Metro Boomin is going to charge a lot more than somebody else, right? Everybody has their own prices. I'm sure Dr. Dre's prices is very, very different from a lot of other producers, right? And it's no different than anything else, right? Every car dealership has their own prices. Every business has their own prices when it comes to certain things. Now, of course, there's a market for things, but you're always going to see things outside of the actual general market, right? It's how much are you willing to pay is the real question, not how much should you pay. How much are you willing to pay for a particular beat? But producers have different prices. You'll see that in everything. And a lot of producers may not even sell you the actual beat. They might just lease it to you. The leasing business is probably the biggest business right now when it comes to producers and beats. Most producers will only lease it to you anyway, right? In order to actually buy it and make it exclusive, it usually costs way, way more, right? To show you guys, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Karen, but BeatStars is a great place that you could actually purchase beats, right? Beatstar.com. And on Beatstar.com, every producer that's on here that puts their beats up here, they give you an option to buy it outright, and they give you an option to lease it. The leasing price is typically the price that most people could afford. The actual price for the exclusive, typically they don't even put a price up there. You have to contact them and negotiate it with them. All right. I'm just going to pick on any one of these. Look at this one right here. Okay. This one's on like a super sale. You see this one right here? So this one, just for the MP3, is $7. You see, there's different prices here. These aren't bad at all, but understand that these are all leases. None of these are exclusive. This particular beat, there actually is no exclusive. They're not even giving you an exclusive option. These are all lease prices, but they're very, very affordable as a leased beat, right? And you'll see a lot of producers have stuff like buy two, get one free. You're not buying it like buying it to own it. You're leasing it, right? So here's an example of a producer who actually has a way that you can actually buy it exclusively, right? The lease is $30. The Wave version of it for the MP3, the Wave is more. The Wave track stamp, unlimited. Look, exclusive, negotiate price. This is exactly what I was telling you about. Negotiate price. You have to start the negotiation, and you would have to make an offer. Now, they could reject it or approve it or whatever the case may be, but you have to make make an offer. I've seen beats that have been sold for thousands. I've seen it happen before. I've seen beats that have only been sold for a couple of hundred exclusively, right? So it just depends on the producer. It's entirely up to them. So when it comes to beats, right, when it comes to your process of creating music, before you put your all into a particular beat, just understand what you're actually able to do with that beat. Understand if you're actually able to afford that beat, and understand if you want an exclusive or at least what you really want to do with that. All right, so those are decisions that you have to absolutely make when it comes to buying beats from any producer. And don't let any producers take advantage of you. And lastly, make sure whatever you do, you have it in writing, right? Some of these local producers and stuff like that, they'll sell you a beat and say, yeah, here, I'm selling this to you. And you pay them, you think you own it, you think you could do an exclusive right to it. But the moment you go to release it, they're like, oh, no, that wasn't exclusive. No, I meant you could lease it. Make sure you always have it in writing before you give anybody any type of pay. Make sure it's fully clear what you can do with this beat before you decide to spend any money on it whatsoever. All right, I've seen a lot of artists get set up by producers that way. It's a dirty world. These producers will literally wait until your whole song is done and you're about to release it on release night to tell you something like that. It's crazy. I've seen it happen. It's ugly, right? But yeah, definitely look into that. All right, so now Starman, trust me guys, it's well worth it. It lets you add all your revenue sources, so it's easy to look at and get funding. Dope. Mogul don't pay you. They just make things more easy and shows you which agency you haven't made the registration for your mechanical royalties, so it tracks what songs you need to go back and register. That's dope. Yeah, it shows you things you need to correct and where it's problem with other collaborators. Dope. So that does change things, knowing that it shows you what to correct and things like that. For me, I know all of that stuff generally, so it wouldn't be useful to me. But for a beginning artist, especially just starting out, it is actually really good if you think about it, because it's free for basically every artist who starts today. It would be free for them because they haven't made 500 in revenue yet, right? They haven't made that amount yet, so it would automatically be free for them. But them releasing songs and seeing how it works and understanding where the errors are coming from, you will effectively learn how to submit your things the right way, right? The more mistakes you see, the more ways you know how to do it the right way. So it does have value in that sense. I definitely agree with you in that aspect, Starman. That is well worth it. Being that it is all in one place is also worth it as well. Again, I'm not against it entirely. I guess for me, it's just because I already know the information and I already know how to do all of those things. It's not of value to me, but just because it's not a value to me doesn't mean that it's not valuable. I think that it is absolutely valuable, especially just starting out. I definitely agree with you. I'm going to look into it more because I honestly believe that if it's everything that you're saying it is, which I think it is, right? It is a great tool to at least start your music career with, right? It's a great tool to have to know, okay, what do I need to do outside of what I've already done, right? great tool. I think it's dope. I think it's dope. I'm not against it at all. I think it's dope. It's just for me personally, where I'm at now, I've already learned all of that stuff. So to pay extra for it, it's just no point. You get what I'm saying? But I definitely get it. Definitely get it. And thank you for sharing that with us. This is why I love this community. This is why I love when you guys join in and ask questions and share things that you're learning and things like that, because we could literally grow together. Anyone who's watching this will now look into Mogul. Anyone who see this in the future will now look into it. You get what I'm saying? All of those things are helpful and great. So thank you for that. Thank you for raising the awareness in that. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into that more for sure. All right. Now, Rappin' Ray said, when I receive a song made for me, I usually check Shazam. If it comes up not found, then I'll use it. Do you trust Shazam? Yes, I do trust Shazam, but also what I would do is I would go to what's this thing called? There's these certain websites that could find samples in songs. Like, it's crazy. So what song samples, like, it's this song sample finder. It's like this tool. I can't think of it right now, but there's this thing that you could literally upload the song onto the site, and then it will literally read the song and tell you where it's sampled, what it's sampling from. Like, it's crazy. Like, this isn't it though. Once I see the title, I will know it's it. I will absolutely know it. These are a bunch of different websites that literally do the same thing, but there's one in particular that I have personally used. I know Landert has something that finds sample. Landert definitely has it, but there's particular websites that you could literally upload it and then it'll scan it and find it. Don't just use Shazam. Use those as well, because Shazam is only registering if the song is out yet. That's all Shazam is doing. Like, if the song is released, then it's going to be uploaded to Shazam, and Shazam will be able to find it. But Shazam won't be able to track actual samples that are in each song, right? You want to use the tool that I'm referring to. I don't remember the name for it, but again, just Google tool to help finding samples in songs, basically, and you'll get a bunch of different websites come up, and if it should make you upload it, right? You're gonna upload your track. It'll take a few minutes, and then it'll be like, oh, boom, this is sample from this song. This is sample from this song. It's crazy. It's a dope tool. It's an absolutely dope tool. And these are the type of tools that the industry have to check things like that. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be careful. You definitely got to be careful, and you definitely got to look into that for sure. And just make sure that you're protecting yourself and protecting your music. All right. I'm not against collaborating with people and you know, dealing with freelancers and all of that stuff when it comes to making certain songs, but you just want to make sure that you're protected at the end of the day, because once you guys become successful, because I believe every last one of you are, because you guys have shown the dedication and wanting to learn and know more about the craft, you don't want none of that taken away from you. You don't want everything that you work hard for taken away from you just because you didn't get a sample clearance. You get what I'm saying? But definitely look into it. The tools are out there. All right. I got to make a reminder to myself to make a video on that, because I did it before, right? Because there was this beat that I heard, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know this is a sample from somewhere. And I just kept saying, this is a sample from somewhere. This is a sample from somewhere. And I was online one night, and I eventually found it. But when I find it again, I'll definitely make a video for that. Rappin' Ray, definitely make a video for that. So be on the lookout for that. Just make sure you subscribe to the channel, and once it's up, you'll know that, you know, you had a part in me doing that, because that is out there. All right, guys. So these were definitely great questions today. Everybody did great. We had some great conversations, some great things we actually went over. All right. Now I'm gonna take this last minute or so to go over and see who actually won the free gift today. All right. I had a lot of great questions from a lot of different things, a lot of great conversations. But yeah, it's pretty unanimous and clear who the winner is going to be today. Now, just so you guys understand what goes into me picking the winner. Typically, I pick the winner based off of who asks a question that makes me want to find more about it, that makes me want to look into it, that makes me want to make a video on it, and all of those different things, right? So I love questions that spark new information and new things to share and new ways to create more helpful tip videos, right? So with all that being said, the winner that I feel that took it today would definitely have to be Starman. Big congrats, Starman. You are the winner today. All right. Now, I know you've been on live before, and I don't remember if you've already won this, but this is the free ebook, the 13 steps to jumpstart your music business. It's typically not free, but this would be the gift. Now, Starman, I don't remember if you won this already. If you haven't won this, congratulations to you. You are the winner of today for the best question that was asked. Rapping Ray, your question was good as well when it comes to sampling, and I will do a video on the sampling finder as well. But again, I don't really promote sampling because I don't want you guys to get in trouble. You get what I'm saying? So it's not something that I typically do on my channel anyway. So the sampling finder will be more of a warning video than anything else because, again, I want you guys to be protected. Mogul is the Mogul is actually something that could be very, very useful, especially for a beginning artist, right? And I didn't even know there was things that was out there that did that. So big shout out to Starman for bringing that awareness to us about Mogul. I'm definitely going to do a video on that because I do think that is helpful. I'm just going to dive into it more myself, understand it as much as I can before I make the video because I just don't want to just share any information that easily, all right? But big congrats to Starman. Starman, make sure you reach out to me on my DMs on Instagram at WesTheTech. All right, make sure you do that. All right, I believe we've already spoke before, so I think you've already won before. But if you cannot get the ebook here, I'm definitely gonna send you another gift, and I want you all to know that as well. If you've already won a gift from me before and you've already won the 13 steps to jumpstart your music business ebook from me before, I do have a secondary and I even have a third. I have a whole list of different gifts in a particular order that I will give out based off of who wins, right? So number one is the ebook. Number two, I will actually sit down with you on a phone call and actually go over music industry things with you. We can have a one-on-one conversation for a certain amount of time, and so on and so forth. I literally got gifts for everybody, right? It's like Oprah, you get a car, you get a car. I got gifts for everybody because, like I said, I love the questions that are being asked. I want you guys to continue to feel like there's something that you could win, right? So definitely keep asking, even if you've already won before. Reach out to me, Starman. I know you've been on here before, so we'll do all of that. Fakir Fitness, thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for you all for joining in. This has been a great live. I've learned something from this live today, so I absolutely love this live. I love you guys for joining in. Again, make sure you catch my lives every Tuesday from noon to 1 p.m. All right, Eastern time. And of course, check me out on Thursdays. Always check my channels Thursday morning for the new music industry tip. All right, because I'm always dropping one this Thursday. It might be on Mogul if I could research it enough, right? It might be, but it's definitely going to be within the next week or two. So if you guys want to wait on that video before you make ultimate decision, that's cool. All right. And let me see the last things here. I need the ebook, fam. I never won it. Perfect. So, well, you won it today. You definitely won the ebook today. Reach out to me on Instagram. All right. I'll send you the link and all of that good stuff. Definitely reach out. And Karen says, thank you for answering my first question. I have beats in my mind for songs I haven't written, and I can't seem to bring them to life on a piano. What should I do? Ooh, check out BeatStars. Karen, check out BeatStars for sure, because if you know the key that your song is in, let me show you. Now, I don't know what type of music that you make. I know BeatStars may kind of be a little bit more specific to to R&B, hip hop, and but there's other websites like BeatStar. But you want to check out websites like this, because websites like this, what you could do is you could actually search a track by its key, right? So let's say the song that you have in mind, or the song that you're writing, you know, is in C sharp. You could actually search it by key. You could search it by, see here, look at this. Oh, here, you guys can't see it. Let me show you really quick. Okay, so BeatStars, right? Look, you could track it by the track type. You could track, search by mood. You could search by BPM, like what the actual beats per second is. Or you could search by genre. This all the genres they have. All right. You could actually search by key as well, like the actual key to the beat. Right? You could search by what instruments they use. You just mentioned piano. Just click on the one that says piano and just search the ones that have piano in them, right? You could do I don't know, can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. So piano, right? You could search by key, right? You could search by the duration of the beat. These are all of the different filters that you could filter, even energy, the energy of it, right? So this, you could use websites like this and just use the filters, because the filters will be able to help you filter out the actual beat or the type of beat that you're looking for. Check Track Train is another website that's like this. There's a bunch of different websites like that, but just make sure that you could search them. You could search to find what you're looking for. You could definitely search to find what you're looking for, Karen. So definitely look into that. I hope that last bit helped you guys. And again, thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for being part of the live and sharing of thank you for joining in for all my international guests like Underground. Thank you all for being here. All right, and guys, I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Dripping down, got no love for the enemy. Holy, you better be telling my old self that he's dead to me. See these orders coming in, telling me to go spread the message. You can't tie me down, check it, we moving to the objective. With anointed sound, getting prophetic, y'all can't reject it. But with God, we make a move strictly because he said it.